Crabman from Crabman Gaming here, and today I am playing WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, the Road to WrestleMania mode with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, one of the most accomplished superstars wrestling has ever seen, from his debut up in Canada at the Hart Brothers Wrestling Academy. He's written 4 autobiographies. He's a highly accomplished wrestler. Wrestling in Mexico, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, plenty of other places, but just some of his accomplishments. 6-time WWE World Champion, 9-time Intercontinental Champion, 2-time United States Champion, 1-time European Champion for one day, 1-time Hardcore Champion, 2-time WWE Tag Team Champion, once with Edge, once with The Big Show, 5-time WWE World Tag Team Champions with Benoit, Rock, Christian, Edge, and The Big Show.
Here to entertain the people, to save them from their toil, their agony. The adulation of the millions of Jericho-holics is all the thanks I need. Well, maybe a championship reign or two thrown in for good measure, huh? And what better time to shoot for that than on the road to WrestleMania?
Jericho is on the way to WrestleMania. 4-time WCW Cruiserweight Champion, 1-time WCW TV Champion, ECW TV Champion, and Le Champion AEW World Champion. Here we are on the first Monday Night Raw on the road to WrestleMania. I have no idea of Chris Jericho's storyline. I think I played this once 11 years ago, cannot remember anything about it, so let's see what this entails. We're here with Jerry Lawler and JR.
I know you want to be in the WWE Championship picture, Jericho, but so do I. We'll see which one of us wants it more tonight.
Alright, thanks Jeff. Jeff Hardy making his way to the ring with his awesome music.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Cameron, North Carolina, weighing in at 225 pounds, Jeff Hardy.
I know I mentioned this in a couple of the other videos, but I think everyone loves this Jeff Hardy theme and wishes that he would bring it back in his current stint back in the WWE. This was really as he ascended to the main event, and then just as he reached the main event scene, sadly he was gone. Showed up in TNA, some good things, some bad things there, but good to see him back in the WWE. Here he is, Y2J. I remember this when he was returning.
And the opponent, weighing in at 226 pounds, Y2J, Chris Jericho.
Break the walls down. Oh, it's a slightly modified theme, which is a bit weird. I don't remember this theme. A very strange modified theme, but started training, met Lance Storm on his first day at his first match against Lance Storm up in Canada. They became a team, Sudden Impact, and they became Chris Jericho. Got his name from the Walls of Jericho album by metal band Halloween. Wrestled for a while, went over to Japan for Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling. I think he spoke a few times there, wanting to be Dr. Luther and being a bit jealous of other success over there. Went to Mexico for a few years. It's an awesome, well, not awesome story, but interesting story in his book where he met this girl and her brother. They took him out to the middle of nowhere, robbed him, and they thought they were going to shoot him, but they didn't. But yeah, made him very wary. And each time in Mexico he was Corazon de Leon. And then had a little blast in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, Jim Cornette's promotion. Also another great story from his book when he first lands is in the deep south and they're met by Cornette, and Cornette is just like, hey, jeet yet? Maybe someone could fix you a sandwich. And he had no idea what jeet yet meant. Did you eat yet? And then he was like, it's really weird here. You have your sandwiches fixed instead of made, which is very strange. But was with Lance Storm as well. Kind of disrespected the famous, I want to say the Rockers, it's not the Rockers, the Midnight Express, because they did a double drop kick for their finisher, and Lance Storm and Chris Jericho did a double drop kick off the top rope. Plus they had guaranteed money, so they didn't have to sell their gimmicks at intermission. Oh, sorry, the Rock and Roll Express. What did I call them? I don't know. It's late here. It's late here. Code breaker. Code breaker on Jeff. Is that enough? And it's over.
Well, like it or not, this one's over. Jericho defeated a very determined Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy's been defeated. It's Shane. It's the boy wonder.
We now have our 4 competitors for next week's #1 contender fatal 4-way match. The others are
Oh. It's time to break the code.
What was that all about? It seems like someone is playing mind games with Chris Jericho.
That was cool.
Thanks for tuning in to Raw. Tonight's main event pits 4 formidable superstars in a fatal 4-way match. The winner will compete for the WWE Championship at Royal Rumble, JR. That's a prize fit for a king. Each of these 4 will need to be at their best tonight.
It's Finley.
Hey, Junior. What do you want, Jericho? Maybe world peace? A jetpack? Why don't you start by telling me why you put up that code? Jericho, I didn't do anything. I was talking to some of the crew after the show, and they said you were nosing around the production booth. You don't look like an IT guy to me. I'm not telling you anything. Oh, okay. My mistake.
Alright, he gave him the Walls of Jericho. It's probably a good thing I didn't change the Walls of Jericho as his finisher. I did think about it. I changed a couple of the moves around. Oh, take that. Smash with the chair. Yeah. Let's try and do that chair grapple. What's Jericho got as a chair grapple? Punch the chair. Oh no, spin kick. Van Daminator. Yeah, this is a pretty uninteresting backstage area. There's not really much to do. Oh, Jericho should definitely get the guitar. Boom! A Judas in my mind. We've got a signature. Put him in the Walls of Jericho. Haven't done much work on his back though. Oh, I've only got 5 minutes to do it as well. There should be enough time.
Talk. No.
Need to get the kendo stick. Oh, I like the little
Flap your lips.
back and forth speech. That's pretty cool. I've got the kendo stick in the back. Take that. Sandman style. Oh, he's definitely going to talk now. Tell me, who was it? I don't even think Finley can use a computer.
I'm gonna break it. Okay, I give up. I'll talk.
Now spill it, or I spill you.
Okay, listen. Don't shoot the messenger. Last night I got an envelope full of money and instructions to play a DVD after the match.
You didn't make the video?
No, I swear. No.
I've got my eye on you.
Oh, money, eh? Could be JBL. Could be JBL. In my head, you understand, they talk to me.
On the way to the ring, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, Randy Orton.
Now, when they say Battle Royal, do they mean 4-way elimination match? Or do they mean over the top rope Battle Royal? Because they're never quite clear, and it's a little bit confusing. But anyway, 95, Chris Jericho went to ECW. Because Foley saw Jericho's match against the Ultimo Dragon, gave it to Paul Heyman, and then Jericho went to ECW, won the World Television Championship, and he wrestled some notable ECW alumni, Taz, Sabu, RVD, Mick Foley, Shane Douglas, and Scorpio, and kind of finished up in August 1996 to head over to WCW. Oh, here's Randy Orton. Let's leave him with his pose. 14-time world champion Randy Orton himself. No sleeve tattoos here. Can't get first person view on. But he's still using this theme today. Still wrestling in WWE today is Randy Orton. Still dominating. I think it was the main event of TLC. Here's Kennedy. He's in a few other videos, so if you want to see his full entrance, you can check out the one I did just before. Oh, John Cena, that's right. You can check out the John Cena video. Oh, it's Shawn Michaels' first appearance after the Triple H story mode.
And the opponent, from San Antonio, Texas, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Features very heavily in the Triple H Road to WrestleMania mode, as you would expect. Triple H has his choice to make. Which famous faction is he going to bring back? Is he going to bring back DX? Or is he going to bring back Evolution? If you go and watch the video, you can be fortunate enough, because I actually play through both sides, so you can see exactly what happens. But let's see what happens here in his entrance. Whenever I arrive. And here comes Chris Jericho with his strange alternate music.
And the opponent, weighing in at 246 pounds, Y2J, Chris Jericho.
Yeah, like the time Saliva played him to the ring at Survivor Series 2002 in the Elimination Chamber match, and he kind of got in the pod really early and then just stood there for about 2 minutes while they finished the song, which was a little bit weird. But in August 96, made his way to WCW, onto Nitro, facing Alex Wright. I think it was some sort of weird count-out finish he wasn't too impressed with. Wrestled X-Pac or Six to win the Cruiserweight Championship for the first time. Then he beat Alex Wright to win it for a second time. Turned heel in his third victory with the championship, defeating Rey Mysterio at Sold Out, winning with the Walls of Jericho, or the Lion Tamer as it was known then. He had a feud with Juventud Guerrera, and they had a title versus mask match at Super Brawl. Guerrero lost and had to remove his mask, and then Jericho went on to collect masks of defeated wrestlers and different items. And then probably his most notable feud in WCW was his feud against Dean Malenko, which Dean sold absolutely beautiful, because Dean was the master of 1,000 holds, and I'm sure you've all seen the clip where Jericho's got the old computer paper with the holes in the side so that it would feed through the printer, and announced himself as the man of 1,004 holds. And about every third or fourth move was just an armbar with a different name, like Canadian armbar, Japanese armbar, Winnipeg armbar, Saskatchewan armbar. They were just, half of them were armbars. Codebreaker! Alright, it's pinfall. I don't know why they call it a battle royal when it's a 4-way elimination. And I'm not sure whether Jericho's heel or face. It's probably supposed to be face, but it was acting like quite a heel to Finlay. It was like a senton. Oh, double powerbomb. I did change this. I made this his signature from back from SmackDown 2.
It's showing us 2. Is that? No, only 2.
Dropkick.
Oh boy, he's way
Yes.
Oh boy, this is getting nasty,
I think
JR.
Shawn could be the first one eliminated here.
It's just about the last position you want to find yourself in.
JR, if you can think of a worse one, I'd love to
He
hear
does have a few heel moves as well.
Hey, maybe
But this is a pretty cool match to get started. Big dropkick, big dropkick.
he almost got the 3 count, but almost doesn't count.
Oh, he's counted my finisher.
A bulldog smashing the opponent's
No selling it. It's like Hulk Hogan in the 80s.
Who's it gonna be?
Even Shawn Michaels has got that nose grab. That's a bit
The legend killer
heelish.
Y2J. Who's gonna face
Lion salt, lion salt.
the Lion Salt?
Into the walls of Jericho.
Match will determine the challenge. To face John Cena versus
Kennedy's in a few prominent roles in these storyline, in these Road to WrestleMania modes. I'm gonna say it's.
Jericho.
I'm gonna say.
He's locked on the
Oh, he's put his finisher on Randy Orton. I forgot what that was called.
The spirit may be
Randy Orton won't be pleased. Injuring Randy Orton. Got him fired quite quickly after.
keep this up for long in that condition.
So the story goes, if that's what you want to believe. Codebreaker.
Codebreaker. Good night. Oh,
That should be all for Shawn Michaels. First one eliminated. What a shock.
and the blood is
And he. Oh no, he's kicked out.
flat on your back with your shoulders on the mat is no place to be.
Can't eliminate him at all.
the 3 count without doing some more damage first.
No, not Kennedy.
He uses his entire body.
The problem, you spend ages working on someone and then people want to swap over. Sure, I might just swap over. I might go on Kennedy. Oh, it's a roll through.
And there's the cover. 1,
2, that was so close to 3 he could taste it.
a sharp kick.
Codebreaker on Kennedy.
Wham. What a code break.
Mr. Kennedy. Yeah, so back to the Dean Malenko feud. Anyway,
DDT.
Dean Malenko wasn't there for a while. Chris Jericho did this hilarious interview with Malenko where he's just interviewing a picture of Dean Malenko. And I think it was Halloween Havoc where Codebreaker, the winner faced Jericho for a Cruiserweight Championship shot.
Count away from a pinfall. 2.
It got to the end and it was Ciclope and Juventud Guerrera,
Got his opponent locked in a submission.
which is a bit surprising because Ciclope basically never won any matches. And then Juventud Guerrera just
Opponent with the elbow.
jumped out of the ring. Ciclope was the winner,
Pinfall.
unmasked, and it was Dean Malenko himself who went on to defeat Jericho.
Oh, a swift
And then Jericho was at the White House.
Here's the pin.
Come on, baby!
No trouble kicking out of that one.
Protesting. But you had a good time filming that.
What a sneaky, vindictive move.
Know what they say?
Walls of Jericho.
Desperate men do desperate things.
Still no eliminations yet in this match. It's a long match to have at the start of
It's the walls of Jericho.
the season mode. Kennedy taps out.
Kennedy has been eliminated.
Oh, the punt kick.
And the Orton boot connects.
He has punted Shawn Michaels.
No fear whatsoever. What an amazing superstar.
Oh, he kicked out. He kicked out of the punt kick. Shawn Michaels just cannot be pinned. I'm going to save him till last. Maybe there's a...
1, 2. He almost had the 3 count right there, JR.
Maybe the storyline makes him not able to be pinned. Sometimes it doesn't tell you that, but like some matches you just can't win. Someone will run in after a few minutes.
He's working the fundamentals there. Did you hear the impact on that?
Codebreaker on Randy. That should be all for Randy.
Codebreaker.
I'm going to give him some weird,
Boy, this is gonna be big.
cool move I gave him. Oh, it's just a moonsault.
We could be
Unforgiven
looking at a
2002.
here, folks.
And the top rope broke.
3.
Randy's eliminated.
Killer is done for.
Moonlight drive.
Oh man, I think we're about to
Moonsault.
see a high-risk move here.
I don't know if his opponent has what it takes to kick that. 2. Was that 3? No? Come on.
What a kidnap.
Look out. Here it
Walls of
comes.
Jericho. Can Jericho eliminate everybody? Michael should have been eliminated with that punt kick.
It's
The punt.
walls of Jericho.
He taps out. Shawn Michaels taps out. Chris Jericho is the #1 contender.
Chris Jericho is the #1 contender. Counting Finley, he beat 4 other men tonight. He's only got to beat 1
Jericho is the #1 contender for the WWE Championship.
Welcome to Raw. Tonight's show is highlighted by tag team action, including two men who tangled last week, Chris Jericho and Finland. That's later though, JR. First, we get a Divas match. And speaking of Divas, the Diva Search contest is starting up again soon. Woohoo! Come on, King. What have I told you about getting too much drool on your headset? We don't want to have another short circuit.
You want to keep your eye on me, Jericho? You'll have an up-close view tonight when you and I battle in the ring. Get ready for that eye to be blackened.
Guess I didn't punish Finlay enough last week. If I pin him tonight, he won't want to fight me again anytime soon. Optional goal to pin him. Wow.
My name
Is Finlay, and I love to fight. Oh, it's a tag team match. That's why it made more sense to pin Finlay.
Scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, Finlay and Snitsky.
The re-announcing is so weird. It's not Finlay and Snitsky. It's Finlay and Snitsky. Very strange indeed. This is a very tough pairing. Finlay and Snitsky. Jericho coming to the ring for his tag team match. It's Jericho.
Y2J, Chris Jericho. And Jeff Hardy.
And Jeff Hardy, who was just called Jeff. I'm just going to call him just Jeff.
weeks ago that Chris Jericho and Jeff Hardy battled it
Oh,
out
sent
for
on.
an opportunity to face John Cena at the Royal Rumble. Now, can these two proud competitors put aside their differences and concentrate on the task at hand? You make it sound like they're going grocery shopping. These guys are fighting Finlay and Snitsky. Oh, you can see the pain in their eyes from that.
What's the nose grab? I spoke about the Dean Malenko feud being Jericho's best in WCW. However, he had one equally as good where he started calling out Goldberg. He started calling him Greenberg, which is hilarious because he's still green now, 20 years, 25 years later. Still having a title match at the Royal Rumble for reasons I don't understand. Hopefully Drew just beats him in 4 or 5 minutes. No breaker, out of nowhere. This could be it. But call Goldberg out, he'd win by count out. That's it, and it's over.
It's over, JR.
That was over quick.
Jericho seemed to blame Finlay for that supposed mess a few weeks back, but it looks like he got his revenge. I'm sure the other superstars don't mind that he's been preoccupied, JR. They'll take any advantage they can get.
Jericho is victorious in the tag match. Didn't even need just Jeff. He did it all on his own. Yeah, there you go, Jeff. Sorry, mate, you didn't get in.
You're watching Monday Night Raw. The WWE Championship will be on the line this weekend at the Royal Rumble. But tonight, the Intercontinental Champion will be defending his title. Needing to defend your championship days before a pay-per-view is borderline cruel. If I were him, I'd file for an extension. This is WWE, King, not taxes. It doesn't work like that.
What's up, Jericho? I want you to realize this. If you become the champion, then you and I will become really close. Because after I beat you tonight, I'm gonna be right there to challenge you, best buddy.
It's Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. They had plenty of classic matches. Unforgiven 2008 for the World Heavyweight Championship springs to mind off the top of my head. Probably have many other great matches as well, and Chris Jericho was the world champion. Just back to the Goldberg feud quickly. Kind of Jericho had wrestled, Gilberg, and then another knockoff. No, not Gilberg. Gilberg's in WWE, but a knockoff called Greenberg, who Jericho beat. He won another match by count out, and Goldberg wasn't there. And it was supposed to culminate in just a quick pay-per-view squash for Goldberg. Jericho wasn't trying to get a 20-minute match out of him. Was just supposed to set up for a squash. Goldberg nixed it, saying, "Oh, I'm supposed to have the next pay-per-view off," which was bizarre. And then it never really happened, so Jericho was a bit disillusioned. Oh, what a move! I think it's called the Tonilo. I don't know, I just found it in the moves. Why didn't I do anything on the stairs? So really, Jericho had put his notice in at WCW, signed with WWE, began with that. What a lot of people really like it. Jericho doesn't love his promo against The Rock. Code breaker, this could be it on the outside. Up the stairs. Oh, he's kicked up on the outside. But it was a lot of people's favourite promo when Jericho debuted in the WWF at the time. Interrupting The Rock, had the countdown to the Millennium Clock, which was awesome. Way better than the Millennium Man, Sid Justice, in WCW, or Sid Vicious, or whatever it's called. I'm just calling him Sid, because I can never keep up what he was called. Just call him Sid. What about Sid? It's from the Something to Wrestle podcast with Bruce Pritchard. Whenever Vince was looking for another big man, whenever they were at a loss for a new opponent, Vince McMahon would be, "What about Sid?" And he get brought back in for a quick run. Gee, Michaels does not go down easily. Let's see if I can... Oh, Dragon Sleeper! This could be all Dragon Sleeper! So Jericho to create all kind of different finishes. Let's see if I can beat him with a double powerbomb. What's the Judas effect? I couldn't find that in the moveset. And it's over. Jericho is your victor. I'm becoming. Who is it?
Someone is sure trying to get under the #1 contender's skin. We'll see if he can overcome this and John Cena at Royal Rumble.
Here we are at the 21st annual Royal Rumble, where Chris Jericho will receive his WWE Championship match, and I have no idea who the champion is. Is it Triple H?
It's Royal Rumble. Thank you for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cole JR along with my colleague, Jerry the King Law. It takes true royalty like me to appreciate the Royal Rumble, JR. This may be my favorite pay-per-view event. 30 superstars are battling for what Chris Jericho is getting tonight. A shot at the WWE Championship. But for Jericho, John Cena is an imposing roadblock in his path.
Here he comes. The Doctor of Thugonomics, Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect.
WWE Heavyweight Championship. On the way to the ring, the WWE Champion, John Cena.
I do actually love the way he's holding the belt to the ring as well. He doesn't just have a generic entrance if he's the champion, he actually has a champion's entrance, which is awesome. He is the WWE Champion. Chris Jericho and John Cena had a few battles over the WWE Championship or the World Championship. One I remember was SummerSlam 2005, and I believe there was a time they may have feuded over the World Heavyweight Championship as well. It has been a while. It has been a long time. But Jericho's wrestling for the WWE Championship. And here's his cool countdown, but weird entrance music.
Introducing 226 pounds, Y2J, Chris Jericho.
So Jericho's first feud in the WWF was over the Intercontinental Championship, which was held by China. I remember him hitting China's thumb with a hammer, which was pretty weird. And then lost to China at Survivor Series, but beat her at Armageddon. For some reason, poor Hardcore Holly got involved in the Royal Rumble in a triple threat. They both ended up as co-champions, as a result of a back suplex. And then Jericho turned face and became solo champ at the Rumble. It was a triple threat match at WrestleMania 2000 between Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit won the Intercontinental Championship first, and then Chris Jericho won the European Championship second in a match that just underwhelmed slightly. Chris Jericho thinks he might have been in the main event because the original poster had him as one of the 4 people and not Mick Foley. But had that little swerve in April 17th Raw where he pinned Triple H with a fast count from Hebner and then gave the belt back later in the night. So a little tease of Jericho being the WWE champion. Alright, I'm going to tell you guys something in a few minutes. It's been very weird indeed.
He beat Jeff Hardy. Then he went through Orton, Kennedy, and Shawn Michaels to earn this chance at facing John Cena for the WWE Championship. Oh my, what a flurry of kicks.
So I don't know exactly where I was in Jericho's career because I've had to redo this bit, which is a bit strange. But he did have that awesome ladder match with Benoit at Royal Rumble 2001. I think I was up to there. Was a part of the Alliance storyline, trying to get the WWF Championship of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Had some epic matches with The Rock, one of my favourite Chris Jericho matches. Everyone kind of forgets it, but it's from No Mercy 2001, where Jericho wins the World Heavyweight Championship from The Rock, which is awesome. Stephanie gets involved for reasons. But that's one of my favourite Chris Jericho matches. It's one of my favourite matches of all time, actually. So if there's one Crabman recommended match, that's one of them. And I know we're a long way in the video. I tend not to go on about it, but if you've got this far and you haven't just flicked a like down the bottom, or commented, or just added to the subscribers list, if you could do any of those things, that would be awesome. And I'm just going to mention it once as he goes into the poll. Trying to hit the big 1,000. As of recording, yeah, closing in on 800. So looking to try and hit the 1,000 sometime soon, which would be pretty awesome. Double powerbomb.
Really flexing his muscles now and showing his true power. A sharp kick wearing down his opponent.
The nose grab. Wish I'd changed that move. I don't like it. Codebreaker. He's been good at reinventing his finishes, Chris Jericho. Because he had the Lion Salt, the Walls of Jericho, came up with the Codebreaker, the Step Up Enziguri, which didn't quite work. He had the Breakdown for a while, which was a bit like Miz's skull crushing finale.
Because he could have to face the Undertaker at WrestleMania. The Undertaker will get to choose which title to go after.
It's a little bit like a spoiler. They just said the Undertaker will get to pick which.
Undefeated streak at WrestleMania is one of the most faithful records in all of sports entertainment.
So they must have already had the Royal Rumble. Undertaker's won, and now he gets to choose which champion he faces at WrestleMania. Northern Light Suplex.
Oh man, there's the pin.
Yeah, he's this masked man. He came out last time, and for some reason, like I lost the match. Was he meant to hit John Cena? Ah, okay. He accidentally hit me last time. It's Edge. That's got to be Edge. I have no idea who it is. Thanks for joining us at the Royal Rumble, folks.
We're coming off an unbelievable Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. But thanks to some masked vigilante, the main event was ruined. Someone really didn't want Jericho to win the WWE Championship. I'll bet he'll have something to say about it tonight.
Some people consider me a victim for what happened at the Royal Rumble. But the real victim is whoever did this. The message you sent was easy to decipher. You didn't want me to be WWE champion. My doctor tells me I should be at home resting, but I'm here to give you a code of your own. I will get you.
Shadow Mac. Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Maybe you should listen to your doctor's advice, Chris. I assure you, the WWE office is conducting a thorough investigation.
Well, I feel a whole lot better about things, Shane. All the same, I'm gonna handle this on my own.
I guess you didn't hear me, so I'll repeat myself. I'm demanding that you go home and get some rest. Fine, you're so determined to stay in the ring, you have a match right now. In fact, make it a no disqualification match.
Money, 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 money. I reckon it's Shane. Could be Shane. Oh, it's JBL.
Jericho is clearly at a disadvantage in this contest. Shane McMahon showing no respect or consideration for Y2J by putting him in this impromptu match. And this match isn't just against anyone, it's against a wrestling god. And it's a no disqualification match.
There's all sorts
Try to get some weapons.
under the ring, and all of it can inflict a lot of damage on an opponent.
Oh man, what a shot from that forward arm kick.
I probably should keep going through Jericho's career because I'm only up to 2001. And yeah, he's got a good 19 years left.
Wrestling god, JBL's in a foul
But after the Alliance
after losing his Intercontinental Championship
was
less than
done,
24 hours ago
there was a
against
tournament.
Cody Rhodes.
This was the time when The Rock was the world champion, and it wasn't called the WCW Championship, which was called the World Championship at this time. And it was Jericho, Angle, Rock, and Austin going into Armageddon. No, what was it called? Vengeance. It was supposed to be Armageddon.
And that announce table figures prominently in them.
I don't know what he's planning, JR, but it's not gonna be pretty.
Double power bomb through the table. Boom.
Brutal power.
Oh my gosh! He just drove his opponent straight through that table.
Why is the camera so close in?
On the line when he climbed that turnbuckle.
Drop kick on JBL. My favourite JBL story actually comes from when I went to see WWE like years and years ago when he'd just become the JBL character, and I can't remember which SmackDown vs Raw was about to come out. It might have just been the original SmackDown vs Raw, and there was a demo you could play. There was this huge line, so I didn't even get to play. But I think there was about 4 or 6 people you could pick from. And somebody, just to wind everyone up, was playing as JBL. And the whole crowd are looking, and as the game started, someone just yelled out, "Oh, who went JBL?" And everyone cheered. That's the match. That was really funny.
Shane McMahon sure doesn't show Chris Jericho any sympathy. The man has a right to know who's messing around with him. Shane should respect that. If you're a McMahon, you don't need to do the respecting. You're respected.
Break the walls down.
We're back with you for Monday Night Raw. The confrontation between Shane McMahon and Chris Jericho last week proves that some battles don't happen between bells. There's another battle going on away from the ring, JR. The Diva Search Contest. The finalists were announced this morning, and I've already voted for my favorite on WWE.com 24 times. I wonder just how often you have to replace your mouse key.
suspect
These are
list.
my top suspects. I don't care who I upset. The WWE Championship means everything to me, and the Masked Man cost me it. Who should I question first?
Oh, it could be Randy. He's pretty devious, but I'm going with Shane.
Oh, it's you, Jericho. What do you want?
I want to know why I shouldn't consider you my prime suspect as the Masked Man.
Jericho, I'm going to say this slowly. I am here to help you. I wasn't even at the meeting. I was as surprised as you were when that code jump played. Now, don't even question me again. The next code you'll see will be you're fired.
I'm still suspecting Shane.
There's something Shane isn't telling me, but I didn't actually see him on that night.
Or it could be Shawn.
Chris Jericho, this is a surprise. Yes, I was supposed to have an interview with you during the championship match. Getting ready for the Royal Rumble match. Have you heard? Last 42 minutes with Undertaker.
I'm not too happy about that. Sounds like you had time to get ready to screw me over before your number was called. Listen. I'm the kind of guy, I want something, you know it right in your face. So if you don't want a problem, you'll get out of my face. I'm just trying to find out the truth. The truth shall set you free, Mr. Jericho.
That's what our truth ended up using.
I'm not totally convinced HBK is innocent. There's gotta be a more solid suspect out there.
Or what about Jeff?
Hey, Chris. How are you feeling?
I'd feel a lot better if you told me where you were during my title match at the Royal Rumble.
I was watching the match on a monitor. Cheering for you, by the way. You don't think I had something to do with this, do you?
At this point, everyone from the president to your grandmother are suspects.
Jericho, if I didn't know any better, I think you were conducting your own investigation. No, that can't be. You must just be exchanging good luck wishes with your opponent who you're facing tonight.
I doubt Jeff did it, and I don't need more enemies. I made him want to avoid using a finisher. Okay.
It's easy to see that Shane McMahon's forced this match upon Chris Jericho and Jeff Hardy. It's obvious both men know each other so well that this will not only be a physically strenuous, but also mentally challenging. Knowing Chris Jericho like I do, I can tell you this. He must be extremely anxious to find out the identity of that masked assailant. But like the rest of us, he'll just have to wait and focus in on the job at hand.
When Y2J finally gets his hands on whoever's behind this, the fireworks are gonna fly.
Yeah, still finishes.
What a powerful slam! He's got some evil intentions here.
Oh, what was he going for the double stomp? Sometimes if they get to their feet, it just does the down move anyway, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, here comes the masked man.
The unmitigated gall of that
I think it's Randy Orton. It seems too obvious.
staring into the ring must make Chris Jericho's blood boil.
By the look in Jericho's eyes, I'd say he's volcanic.
And that's a stiff kick.
Double powerbomb.
Oh, here's the pin! Could this be it? 2, 3!
Oh, that's it's over.
I don't know if everyone's gonna be happy about it, but that's the match. Jericho is leaving the ring in a hurry. He's hot on the masked man's heels.
Dropped a clue.
Chris Jericho has gone from #1 contender to private investigator. He's been questioning superstars right and left. He's pretty good at it too, JR. He asked me how I was doing, and without thinking, I admitted I had an unpaid parking ticket. We want to know who you, our fans, think the Masked Man really is. Vote on WWE.com.
Could be none of them. Randy Orton seems too obvious. It's probably Finlay. It's probably Kennedy.
That's assault, man. I should go and tell.
Don't talk. Listen. The Masked Man wears camo, and I know all about your military past, Randy. And knowing you'll take any shortcut to become WWE champion.
Shane already cleared me of any suspicion. I am clean. You've got nothing on me.
Jericho, I've got some good news for you. My people have zeroed in on someone without an alibi. Sounds suspicious to me. Go meet him in the ring now.
I love the raw cola. Oh, this is the person without an alibi. It's Umanga.
The opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 350 pounds, Umaga.
Yes, I know it's Umaga. I'm paying tribute to William Regal in the Better Than Utopia storyline. If you play as John Cena, where it is MVP, Umaga, William Regal as the Better Than Utopians in a pretty cool angle, actually.
Umaga?
Managed when he came in.
There's no way the Samoan bulldozer was that masked man. Umaga wearing a mask is like putting a wig on a bulldozer. No matter how hard you try to disguise it, it's still a bulldozer.
A Samoan bulldozer.
Painful kick.
Plus, how good do you think Umaga is with computers? I'm thinking not very. In a character sense, of course.
And a vicious blow to his opponent's never reaches.
As part of 3-minute warning came in as a part of the Island Boys with Rosie,
And it's been
or I think it was like Ekmo or Jamal and Rosie when they came in.
for a flying four. A sharp kick. wearing
Double
down
powerbomb.
his
I
opponent.
like 3-minute warning.
He's really flexing his muscles now.
Not sure about the pairing with Rico. I liked Rico as well. I just thought they were a really weird pairing. Like 3-minute warning had a stylist, which was a little bit strange. A good 6-man tag against Spike, Bubba Ray, and Jeff Hardy at Survivor Series 2002, though. I realise I've forgotten to keep talking about his career. He became the Undisputed Champion, Codebreaker, defeating The Rock and Steve Austin on the same night. Most people know that. Held the championship to WrestleMania when he was defeated by Triple H. Then wasn't on Backlash, pretty annoyed about it. Did a run-in the main event, though. Traded to SmackDown. Had a Hell in a Cell match against Triple H. Lost to John Cena in his first pay-per-view when Cena was still wearing the trunks. Started team with Christian. They had that bet with Lita and Trish over $1 Canadian. They're a good tag team as well. I like them as the tag team champions. Ended up facing each other at WrestleMania 20. Christian and Chris Jericho. Trish Stratus turned on Chris Jericho and aligned herself with Christian. Ended up with Tomko, the problem solver. Just kind of floated around the Intercontinental title scene a little bit after that.
And he hits the drop kick. What impact!
Before leaving on one of his first hiatuses to pursue his band Fozzy. He did go to one of his gigs.
Shane McMahon has cleared Randy Orton of this situation.
Which was pretty awesome. Back when Fozzy were relatively still unknown.
Chris Jericho can be 100% certain about two things. First, no one's going to help me find out.
Was that ECW One Night Stand against Lance Storm in his final match? Or maybe in One Night Stand 2006, I've forgotten. Yeah, I think it wasn't the original one, but the one the year after. It's another code breaker. That should be all for Umaga.
With the
Jericho is victorious.
Umaga fitting into the masked man's outfit. Not bloody Michael. He used a mirror to disguise his size, JR. More like Shane O'Mac is messing with Jericho. It wouldn't be the first time.
Jericho is your winner. Who can you find out? Who is the man behind the code, or woman behind the code?
He had no good answers for me. That scum is definitely still a prime suspect.
Thank you for joining us on Raw. Chris Jericho continues his sleuthing ways. Online voters have their own ideas who the prime suspect is. I'm not going to say who I voted for, but I will say I think the WWE fans are on the wrong track. Well, we don't have all the facts in yet, so it's all speculation. Maybe we'll find out more tonight.
You get back on Randy, but I'm going to get Finlay and Kennedy. Get Finlay involved. He can tell me more information.
You been wearing any costumes lately? Anything with a mask to cover up that face, maybe?
I don't like Halloween. Listen, Jericho, I had nothing to do with that. I'm in no hurry to mess with you again. I've stayed as far away from you as possible.
If I find out you're lying,
I'll turn in my shillelagh. You won't. I'm totally innocent.
for once I believe that guy. He's a liar, just not that good of a liar.
Back to Kennedy.
Get out of the way. I'm late, and I have a match tonight against you.
He's come dressed in his gear. Oh.
From Green Bay, genius. It's cold there. Well, I think things are heating up around here. See you in the ring.
There's a tornado tag match.
Will be one of great ramifications. Can Y2J and HBK actually work well enough together after their volatile matches of late? There may not be much love lost between Jericho and Michaels, but there is respect between the two. A begrudging respect that will be put to the test as they face off against Randy Orton and Mr. Kennedy. There's the clothesline.
Oh, what a dive from Jericho. Just letting JR get the spear out. I glossed over a lot of things in Jericho's career, but I need about a 6-hour video to get through them all. But it was in the first Money in the Bank, another kind of match with Goldberg at Bad Blood, stemming from the WCW attempt. Challenged John Cena at SummerSlam for the championship. And then lost the You're Fired match in a rematch for the championship. Had it was about a 2.5 year absence before he returned at the back end of 2007. And this is kind of where the Codebreaker character came from. Had like Save Us Y2J. Everyone thought it might have been Shawn Michaels, who was going to be the person behind this code. Oh, it's not going to break the table. Oh, double stomp.
Come on, Kennedy had a mask in his luggage. Not that I'm sticking up for Kennedy, but like he said, he's from Green Bay, so it's possible that
Why can't I climb the ropes?
it's not likely, but it's
Big dive on everyone.
he catches his opponent.
Fantastic. Keep on it. Let's see if I can dive on him here. Oh no. Big dive.
He's climbing up there for the
Oh, he's gone inside. I'm going inside the ring to Randy Orton. Oh, out of the way, ref.
There's the drop kick.
Oh, so back to his career as well. He came back after 2.5 years, challenged Randy Orton for the WWE Championship at Armageddon, but was unsuccessful. Kind of found himself back in the mid-card after that as well. Won the Intercontinental Championship again. I think it was in Money in the Bank again at that year's WrestleMania. Codebreaker. So we kind of debuted the Codebreaker.
What's really baffling is what the motivation behind all of this.
Had a really good feud with Shawn Michaels in 2008 as well, which involved Shawn Michaels' wife. Jericho accidentally punched her in the face.
Did you hear the impact from that clothesline?
Did have the highlight reel as well.
A lethal series of kicks. And he lights up his opponent's
There he goes, taking down Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, Kennedy.
That was like 2 7/8, JR. This looks like
Code breaker, code breaker.
good night. Oh no.
Can we pin,
Fuck, he's done. The proverbial
pin Kennedy, pin Kennedy.
2, 3.
He's the winner.
Referee has called for the bell. That's it. What a main event. That was one slobber knocker of a battle. Jericho and the Heartbreak Kid may have won, but it's their opponent who was recently named the new #1 contender. Well, I don't know how the board came to that decision, but I do know we're out of time. Good night, folks.
Folks, we've made it to No Way Out. Jericho finally winning his World Championship again in 2008 at the Championship Scramble at Unforgiven. He'd already lost to Shawn Michaels, took CM Punk's place in the match, won the match to become World Heavyweight Champion, lost it to Batista at Cyber Sunday, but won it back 8 days later on Raw.
Pay-per-view. Good old JR, Jim Ross, and Terry the King Lawler here in Boston, where the action promises to be exciting and maintained. I heard Chris Jericho is ready to expose the identity of the Masked Man. The majority of fans think Mr. Kennedy did, with 31% of the vote. Followed closely was the Legend Killer with 29%. There's going to be some fireworks no matter who Chris Jericho picks, especially since one of the top vote getters has a shot at the World Championship tonight.
I think this guy is the Masked Man, and I'm gonna call him out.
I reckon still Randy Orton leading it, but I think he's putting Kennedy up to it. That's what I think.
For weeks now, someone's been trying to get under my skin like a rash. First with code, then with sneak attacks. Randy Orton. You thought Shane would bail you out? You thought your old army pants still fit? You cost me the WWE Championship and somehow got your own title shot tonight. If you think I'm gonna sit down for that, you better get that swelled head of yours checked. Get out here!
It's the Masked Man, or should I say, Randy Orton.
I reckon it's a swerve.
Who it is, but he looks mad.
Okay, the mask needs to come off, so basically, instead of pinning, it takes the mask off. Oh, I've got to finish it already.
He could put as a here's the code breaker.
There's a code breaker really early on the Masked Man at No Way Out. I just don't think it's Kennedy. I just don't think he's a big enough star. It's got to be some sort of swerve,
Sneaky, vindictive move.
which I must have played this originally, but
He's got some
I have no idea who it is.
intentions here. A vicious arm.
Oh, that stupid nose grab. I wish I'd changed that move.
There's nothing fancy about that.
Got another code breaker.
What a code break.
This could be it. Get the mask off. Get the mask off. Rip it off. Spear.
Evil intentions
Spear.
in the eyes of that man right there. There it is. Spear.
We're getting another code breaker, and then the mask is coming off. It's coming off.
Jericho with the code breaker.
I've got to restart back from the start. Oh, he saved it once again. I think he must have to be red. Red face. A day out in the sun. Oh, big German.
Now that's a suplex.
Big release German. Another code breaker.
Oh, look at this code breaker.
And he's busted wide open.
Oh no, that last shot busted him open.
Who is it?
Blood is flowing freely.
Stop the fighting right now.
Well, it's not Shane.
and welcome to Monday Night Raw. Last week, Chris Jericho's accusation threw a wrench in the championship match at No Way Out. He thought he was doing the right thing, but so does the Black Widow Spider. Due to the interruption, Shane McMahon has declared there will be a WWE Championship match tonight. John Cena and Randy Orton will go at it live. What an announcement! I'm sure Jericho isn't going to be happy.
Take the night off, Chris. Because of your little stunt, I had to do damage control, and I'm in no mood for more antics.
Shane can keep me from competing, but he can't keep me out of the ring. I'm going out in the championship match. Randy Orton's not getting my title shot. Yeah, why didn't you get another championship match? This is a championship match between John Cena and Randy Orton.
Contest is for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. And introducing the challenger. From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, Randy Orton.
And here he is, still the champ. Maybe it's John Cena all along. Oh no, he was in my match originally.
And the opponent, the WWE Champion, John Cena.
Maybe it was a decoy and he was using different masked men the whole time.
Is that what on earth is Chris Jericho doing out here? This one is. That's it. That's all she wrote.
Randy's all beaten up, which is a bit of a... Is that a giveaway that he was the masked man? I'm getting a chair. Oh, no. Oh, John Cena's DDT'd the ref for no reason at all. Yeah, interesting. Look at Randy. Good breaker.
Jericho just got the WWE champion disqualified. They have made an enemy in Cena. That's not someone you want mad at you.
In my head. Here is your winner by disqualification, Randy Orton. But still WWE champion, John Cena.
Welcome to another exciting night of Raw. The bad blood between Jericho and Cena is starting to boil over. John Cena seemed pretty upset about last week's disqualification. He's not one to forgive and forget. I'd bet dollars to chicken fried steak that these two are going to butt heads soon. There's a disturbance backstage.
We need some help in here. Cena's hurt.
Or backstage match. Oh, we've got his pole. Small things to interact with here, but not as good as SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. Had its own dedicated backstage area. Could try and use this table though. There just seem to be more things to interact with. Oh, DDT on the floor. Take that. You can just whip people against stuff, but there's not really the environmental grapples they used to have before. Oh, store finisher. Big code breaker. I use this bin. Can I put on his head? Oh, it's a neck breaker. That was almost an RKO out of nowhere. Give it away who it is. There we go. We've binned him. Take it off. And the mask is off. It is Randy.
I'm not sure I saw
knew it.
You are tuned into Raw, where there's only one thing on the minds of every fan and superstar. There sure is, JR. The Diva Search contest is down to two lovely ladies. Both have their final plea for votes online, but let me tell you, Kate really wants my vote, and it shows. Again, you can go into a diner, crawling through the desert, and still find time to oogle the waitress.
It's me, it's DDP. It's Randy Orton. It was me. It was me all along.
That Joker Jericho exposed me a little earlier than I planned. I guess he's smarter than I thought. That's not saying much. The goal behind this all was to become WWE champion. If the champ was any kind of competitor, he will come out right now and face me for the WWE championship.
He knows damn well Cena was injured last week. In fact, Orton did it himself.
I'm waiting, Cena. Am I gonna have to come back there and give you another spanking?
Cena's on his way to the ring. He's injured. Half the ramp's disappeared. It's all happening. Do 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 do.
John. You're a little beat up, but you seem ready to fight. Okay. You will defend the WWE Championship tonight against Randy Orton. It should make for a great event.
Money, 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 money. Oh, he's setting up John Cena to lose.
I need a favor.
So I heard, Cena. You don't seem in any kind of shape to defend your championship tonight.
I can barely tie my shoes, to be honest with you. I don't want to point fingers, so I'll just ask. Will you be at ringside for the match?
Maybe I do owe you. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Here comes Randy Orton. It's for the championship again. They talk to me.
For the WWE Heavyweight Championship. And introducing the challenger. From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, Randy Orton.
Here comes John Cena. And what's the camera doing?
WWE champ can barely stand on his own. This isn't a fair match by any stretch, even with Jericho at ringside.
Jericho's going to have to interfere a lot so that Randy doesn't win the championship. He's helping Cena to the ring.
I can't believe Shane McMahon is making John Cena compete tonight after the brutal attack he sustained last week at the hands of Randy
Well,
Orton.
Cena's all red. There is no way he can win.
100% in a month, let alone a week. Cena's one tough customer. He isn't going to ask for any special consideration. Not that he'd get it from Shane.
John Cena's fighting back. Oh, I can't get in. Well, can I get the championship? Even though the World Heavyweight Championship's there for some reason. Yeah, I think Randy's just got to win this match. I don't think there's anything I can do.
A sharp kick wearing down his opponent.
But RKO's going to come out of nowhere.
And a hard knockdown. This time impact.
You're getting stomped on. Or is it punt kick time? Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Randy's going to become champion. Come on, Randy, get it over with. Oh, huge back body drop.
Slam, knocking the wind out of his opponent.
All I can really do is taunt. That might be it. A back body drop to win the championship. Oh, Randy, you had a finisher.
A vicious stomp.
Hit your RKO, Randy. Oh, I just punched him in the face. Probably while I could do this, I could probably go through some more of Jericho's career, because I'm not going to get to the end. It's nearly WrestleMania. So we'll skip through while we wait for Randy Orton to win. 2009 saw him with the Jericho tag team, which was meant to be with Edge, but Edge injured his Achilles. So he teamed with the Big Show. They lost the DX at TLC. Edge returned at the Royal Rumble, eliminated Jericho last. Jericho became champion at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, or No Way Out, whatever it was still called then. That was like the punt kick. Edge faced Jericho at WrestleMania, and Jericho won, lost to Jack Swagger a few nights later, which is now in the inner circle with Chris Jericho and AEW, Jake Hager. This match is still going. Jericho was involved in the feud with the Nexus. Then he had a feud with CM Punk. Made it to the end of the Royal Rumble again, being eliminated by Sheamus when Sheamus won the Rumble. Who remembers that? Sheamus winning the Rumble. RKO out of nowhere. RKO. Randy is going to become champion. There's nothing I can do. Oh. Did I help him there?
There's the reversal.
I didn't think there was anything I could do. Didn't give me any just... Oh, it's another RKO. Grab his feet.
The RKO! Did you see that, JR?
This could be it.
This could be it. 2, 3.
And it's over.
Well, there it is. That's the match.
Randy's the champion.
That result sure isn't surprising. Where's your enthusiasm, JR? We have a new WWE champion. Excuse my language, but Cena got screwed here tonight.
Just 2 weeks before WrestleMania. 13 days before WrestleMania. New WWE champion. I don't think that's ever happened. I think it happened with the women's champion when Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's Championship from Asuka because they had no match for her. They made it a double title match.
Thank you for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final Raw before WrestleMania. And if Chris Jericho wants a championship match this weekend, Randy Orton is sure making Jericho jump through some hoops. If I know the legend killer like I think I do, that means trouble. I'm sure Jericho would do just about anything for a shot at the WWE Championship.
I know how much you want a shot at my championship, Jericho. I'm a reasonable man. If you can win the match I have set up for you tonight, you'll get your shot at WrestleMania.
Oh, thanks, Randy. Like a gauntlet match. It's Chris Jericho on his way to the ring.
The following contest is an open top rope 6-man battle.
Sick.
On the way to the ring, weighing in at 226 pounds, Y2J, Chris Jericho.
6-man over the top rope battle royal. Well, against
And we are
all the
about to
masked
start
men.
the 6-man over the top rope battle royal. This is just
They're fighting each other.
Herculean task that Chris Jericho has to endure.
Oh, gee. They're helping each other as well, which is pretty interesting. Oh, he's gone as well. This could be quick. This could be the quickest match of all. This other dude should come and help me.
Well, there's one less superstar in this match now.
Well, this is about it. Maybe I can give him... Do I have a special Royal Rumble finisher? Crossbody? Oh no, why did I leave a signature move? I wanted to finish it.
The determination of Jericho defies comprehension. Chris is close, so close to WrestleMania he can taste it.
Alright, finisher? Why is there no finisher? Oh, I could have just thrown him out before. Jericho is the winner. What a strange match.
Best look. Well, like it or not, this one's over.
Jericho is the winner.
The last man.
piece of me, Jericho. Not tonight, not ever. You may have beaten a bunch of masked scrubs, but I'm the real thing. And at WrestleMania, there's no way in hell you're leaving with the WWE Championship.
Any special match?
Randy Orton isn't the only one who can play head games. The games are over this weekend as these two meet in WrestleMania.
Mask on a pole match. Here we are at WrestleMania.
Brand the stage off the ball, ladies and gentlemen. WrestleMania. I'm a chromosome, Jim Ross, along with Jerry the King Lawler, here at the flagship event for WWE. I don't think I've ever been so excited about a WrestleMania. Tonight, Chris Jericho will fight and walk in his hands on the WWE champ, the same man who tried to ruin Jericho's career. Jericho's victory is not assured by a long shot. Randy Orton is as determined as they come. Let's take a look back, folks, at how this conflict came to a head. Chris Jericho earned the right to challenge for the WWE Championship by beating 3 other contenders in a fatal 4-way match. Jericho got his title match, but it was interrupted by a mask match. Jericho went on a mission to find out the identity of the assailant, eventually accusing Randy Orton. His suspicions turned out correct, but a calculated assault on Cena gave Orton the gold. To earn his rightful shot, Jericho had to win a 6-man over-the-top rope battle royal, which he did. Now, these two square off tonight for the WWE Championship.
Oh, promo on WrestleMania. Amazing.
Once again, Chris Jericho has to save the day. Unlike some so-called heroes, I don't have to wear a mask. I don't have a secret identity. What you see is what you get. And what you see is going to become the new WWE champion before the night is over. Randy Orton. You're nothing but a clown who will never, ever beat me. You're gonna find out what everyone else knows again and again, that WrestleMania is Jericho.
Jericho with a final statement to Randy Orton before their championship match.
I know how much you two want to get your hands on each other, so I'm making your title match a hardcore one. Don't come crying to me afterwards.
Here's Randy Orton, ready to defend his newly won WWE Championship.
For the WWE Heavyweight Championship. On the way to the ring, the WWE Champion, Randy Orton.
Here it is, the final boss, Randall Keith Orton, 14-time World Champion, Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champion with Edge's Rated RKO. Plenty more accomplishments which I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But here he is, main eventing WrestleMania, as he's done so many times, in a championship match at WrestleMania, as he's done so many times. Against Triple H at WrestleMania 25, against Cena and, was it Triple H 24? Against Bray Wyatt. And probably some others as well. The first person entered into the 2021 Royal Rumble. It's probably after the Royal Rumble by the time you've watched this, but we'll see who the winner is. I have no idea. No idea who's going to win 2021. And here comes Y2J Chris Jericho.
226 pounds, Y2J.
You are cold like December snow. I have carved out this soul made of stone, and I will drown you down and steal you out. Run away. Bit of Judas by Fozzy. This is a really weird mix of his music. I don't even think we've watched it all the way through. Maybe at the start we did. But here he is, Jericho at WrestleMania. Embraced by the darkness, I'm losing the light. Encircled by demons I fight. What have I become now that I've betrayed everyone I've ever loved and pushed them all away? And I have been a slave to the Judas in my mind. Is there something left for me to save in the wreckage of my life? My life. I'm becoming. I'm becoming a Judas in my mind. Now,
It's so fitting that it should come down to this. Y2J, Chris Jericho against the legend killer, Randy Orton, face to face in a no-holds-barred match for the most prized possession in all of sports entertainment, the WWE Championship.
now Shane,
Run his destiny, but who's destined to lead champion, Orton or Jericho?
well, Sherry Man said it was a hardcore match, and then the little graphic said it was a last man standing match, so
What a shot!
I'm assuming it's just a hardcore match?
And expect to stay in this.
I don't even want to think about what that feels like, JR.
After weeks and weeks of mind games, months and months of treachery, Chris Jericho finally faces off against Randy Orton. These men have been on a collision course, and now they're crashing into each other at full force.
I've just been enjoying listening to JR. They have some cool insights on the match. What have we got under here?
Looking under the ring for weapons. Anything you find under there can be a huge help.
Oh, there's another sledgehammer. Sledgehammer City. I'm going to bring all these sledgehammers in the ring. Can I use the championship as well? There's a table. Oh, we've both got sledgehammers.
That'll rearrange your facial features for sure, JR.
Especially when you get in the stomach, King. Alright, let's see if this bit of barbed wire is under here. Or barbed wire 2x4.
Serious damage.
Wow! If he keeps this up, this could be over quick.
I don't think I've ever seen Chris Jericho this hungry, this ravenous for revenge. Jericho doesn't want to beat Orton. He wants to destroy Orton, to put him down once and for all, and finally claim the WWE title that was robbed of him at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I don't understand why you always have to work so hard to get another title shot. You kind of get one quite easily.
Nasty elbow. Oh, come on now. That's expensive equipment, damn it.
Looks like someone's heading for the high.
Big missile! Oh, I didn't reach him. I wasn't sure whether you could reach or not. Give him the big powerbomb through the table. Powerbomb! Double powerbomb.
Looking at a pinfall point. He damn near broke his opponent.
And that's all!
That's it. The match is over.
Jericho is the champion.
Is the WWE champion. What a road to WrestleMania he had. But I'm sure this result makes it all worthwhile. Looks like Orton isn't finished yet. Oh no! Turn around, Chris.
Dropkick. Wasn't a code breaker. Oh. To the floor.
Jericho will not be denied on this night.
Thank you, has been Crabman from Crabman Gaming.